Hello everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Today I'm streaming the last day of the round robins for the Asia server. We only have one round for today. We'll be streaming Risk versus P1 and we're just gonna have fun with it. This is not a match where everything is dependent on it. At most it will determine who has which place in the basically in the top 4. But both these teams are through, so there's no real pressure on them just yet. That being said though, like I said, we're just going to have fun with it. Let's go over the scoreboard, which looks something like this. So GV, Risk and P1 are all through. Basically the battle between who's going to get the last spot on top 4 is between GRS and AR. So that's going to be interesting as well. GRS is facing first and AR is... would help if it loads. Is facing last. So it's going to be interesting because if they have the same score, then oh god, I need to look at who is going to go through. But I think then first is they look at like head to head, who won that. So let's actually have a look how that went. Then GRS won. So probably if they both win, then GRS is through. So AR needs GRS to lose in order to have a chance. That's my interpretation. I'm not 100% set, but that's how I think Wargaming usually did their tiebreaker. But yeah. So basically, that's what we've got to look forward to. Match-wise though, we're following 2 different clans, Risk and P1. And that's going to be fun as well. We've seen Risk play yesterday. And that was great fun to watch as well. But oh my god, GRS was so close then. And actually, like, probably lag or miscommunication is what cost them the final tie-breaking game there. Which is kind of sad. Like, getting outplayed is one thing, but missing out because of that. It's just, yeah, that always makes me sad. So we're going to go to Fort Despair for our first game in this best of 7, meaning the team that reaches 4 victories first is the one that is basically gets the point. And we see that Risk is already completely readied up with an IS-4, a Concept 1B, a 215B, 2 Type 71s, a 113 and a VK72. Basically also because both these teams are through, just for the record, I do not really expect like the... yeah, so that they're going to show their trump cards, basically. Because they do not have to. And on the other side, P1 is still switching tanks around a little bit, but we see an E5 and Type 71, AMX 30B, a Chieftain MK6, 2 more Type 71s, and potentially a Mouse if Matador is going to choose that one. Let's see. Still has 1 minute and 40 seconds to actually ready up. AMX 30B, again one of those tanks. It's really lovely, but at the same time, that really huge cupola is a bit of a weakness there. So I would be very surprised to see them take that, to be honest. And now it's become an IS-4, which, to be fair, is probably a safer decision, especially on a map as small as Fort Despair. They're changing tanks left and right, though. So basically the final lineup is not known yet. Let's see. About 1 minute left. Honestly, when they change tank like this, I'm never quite certain at when there's no pressure on a match like that, if they're doing it because they're not sure what to drive, or if they're doing it just to be a bit trollish towards the streamers. Because basically, part of this is, I think, old E7, and E7 had the tendency to make things difficult for us in the most fun and just innocent way, don't get me wrong, but just still. 30 seconds left to go, and we now see 3 Type 71s, 2 Mice and 2 IS-4s, which is the more likely lineup to start this with, to be honest. Countdown clock has begun. And we are getting ready to go into the first game of this matchup. So let's see. Oh god, there's even an eagle on there. It's going a bit far, isn't it? I mean, the whole legendary camo is basically one big attachment. Risk focusing on the A-B side, whereas P1 is going more the B-ish side, staying in the middle with 57 pixels, going for the campy spot. They've not spotted anyone yet. Now they have. Matador has been spotted, as has... God, those names. Yeah. The mice are going into base B. Let's keep it at that. And he does get penned for that. Mandalorian losing quite a bit of HP where he's at. There's not much he can do about it. We have P1 sort of like coming around them. Base B is theirs. So that's going to give them a point advantage that's going to be keep growing. Big hit into Apex there. We have Cobra arriving at the back. Taking a bit of a tricky position, but making things difficult for Silver and Frost there. Mandalorian losing a little bit more HP. Big hits into Apex again. Oof. Shocking not taking that hit. Basically, Risk is at a disadvantage here in more ways than one. And they need people to take care of pixels. And Kappas is responding to that. Mandalorian is being whittled down more and more. Basically, P1 is just whittling them down. Juicy now. Frost gets taken out. They are shooting at Pixels. Pixels is not like... He's got a big rock there. And now P1 is pushing in, wanting to take up Mandalorian. They do just that. Silver bounces. Shots into Erling, into Kappas, into Juicy. The focus fire is not really there. Cobra and Helix are both getting shot at. Cobra is probably going to be gone very soon now. He gets taken out, but Erling is almost gone as well. Not looking too healthy. Apex takes him out. There goes Helix. Kappa's very low on HP as well. Gets taken out. 50-second Pixels actually turning around to deal with him. Silver on the other side is being shot slowly to hell. Whereas 57 Pixels is still facing off with Juicy, but he is almost gone, and there he goes. Now we just have Silver left and the Cheeseman. And they're not going to last that long. He does get another shot into Sticks, but now it's just Cheeseman. That shot seemed to go right through the turret. Cheeseman has no hope of winning this. And there he goes. And the first game is for P1. So that's the first game up and over. Played very cleverly by P1 there, just whittling them down bit by bit, making them make moves. And then using that to take out the tanks. So 1.5 minutes, we'll go into the second game on Fort Despair. Risk. Now taking 2 IS-4s, a Concept 1B, 215B, 2 Type 71s and a 113. And on the other side we see more Type 71s arriving together with an E6. That is if they choose this lineup, of course. Ooh, we see Pixels now taking AMX 50B. And that E6 stays together with 4 Type 71s. And it's a 5th Type 71. Loads and loads and loads of Type 71s this, this season. It would be nice, like, if the game updated live scores for the other teams. Like, you know that it's that, and then it gives just, like, different color or whatever if the matchup is over. That would be so nice. But I think that that's too much to ask, maybe. 22 seconds left. Shocker staying with the E6 there. And here we go. Countdown clock has begun. And here we go. Overall, I really like the move where they just went basically around them. But in this case, Risk had also left that side like wide open. So that is a bit of an issue too. Totally decked out concept 1B. And now we have Risk heading towards the A side again. P1 doing the same thing. They're not spotting each other just now, they are. Never mind. Helix taking the first shot. They know that Silver is there. Shots are being fired. But only Helix and Kappas have taken a hit there. Lots of fire it has happened. And Risk is making sure that no one can sneak up behind them now. Apex, Matador and Styx are a bit tricky position there, as is Shocker. Styx losing a little bit of HP as well. They are pushing, but they kind of have to, because the position that they were in, they were just getting farmed. And Apex, RNG does not seem to be with them. Styx is almost gone. Like literally only has 180 HP left. Mandalorian's going to take... Oof, no, he bounces. Mandalorian with that, pushing in too far. Might still get it in. But no, it's actually Styx that takes him out first. And that's the first gun gone from P1. From Risk, sorry. There goes Matador though. Erling and Styx are both gone. Apex does not want to be there anymore. Takes out Kappas. Is probably going to... Is taking out himself. 4v4. Cobra still in the line of fire from the other side. Frost gets taken out. Helix now next in line for Risk. That shot did not pen. It's sort of like focusing on different sides, which is an issue. Cobra making sure that Helix does not get shot there. They want to keep their guns alive. Juicy is going after Pixels. Cobra now almost gone himself, so has to be more careful. Silver bouncing that shot. 2v2. The cheese man still very healthy though. He does take hits for it. But he does get the kill shot that he needs. Pixels gets taken out. Risk now has 2 guns to take out Hyman. And now we have Juicy going to arrive at the back there. And he is trying to get out of there to survive a little bit longer, but he's not going to survive against these guns. Too many guns with too much HP. Neither of them are one shot. And there we go. Juicy takes out Shocker there. And there we go. all of a sudden, it's now 1-1. And this was actually clever, because the way that Risk stacked their tanks meant that basically the guys in the corner in the Type 71s had to push there in order to not just get farmed down. And that sort of like forced them to that forced P1 into action when they were not really ready for that yet, or wasn't like a choice, so to speak. So now we're going to go to Canal for the third game on the second map. Well, third game in total on the second map in total. My brain is all over, I'm sorry. We have P1 taking a Leo, 5 Type 71s and an AMX 50B. And on the other side we see 2 poop bombs being taken out, together with the Sheridan and 4 Type 71s. This is going to be very interesting, because the thing with the poop bombs is that it's a fantastic tank. And it can work absolutely beautifully. But if they sneeze on you, they do massive damage. So that is an issue. 33 seconds left to go. Again though, no real pressure on this matchup as a whole. Basically, this might just determine the order of things for the top 4, but no more than that. And here we go. Canal is one of my favorite maps in the game though. It's one of the largest ones. 4 bases to play around with. In my case, when you play Supremacy only, that's a thing. I'm really curious. They do not have the legendary camo. That saddens me. Very curious to see how the boot bombs are going to perform. It looks like they're going to be on the hill. Silver in the Sheridan. Wanting to see if anyone is actually going towards D, and they are. Helix over there. Shot does not pen though. He is shooting, but he is held down. Juicy. Already spotted, already losing HP. But that's the thing with poop buns. They're very, very large. Shocker actually being very forwards here. But he might just get away with that. The FE405s cannot cross over there. And they kind of... Erling is now really... Oof, Helix now getting set upon. He has friends though that are trying to protect him. So it's not like an easy push here. At the same time, he's the odd one out. Helix and Mandalorian both taking big hits here. And we have Risk responding. Helix gets taken out. It's the first gun gone. But it did cost quite a bit of HP. And the poop bombs are rendered pretty much ineffective, because they will get spotted the moment that they show themselves. And that's an issue it's in itself. Juicy losing more HP, just trying to peek out there. And now we have Erling getting a clip in. He did get spotted and he's losing a lot of HP for it himself. But that's the thing, that's the risk of taking those tanks. And the 405, it's a fantastic little thing. Well, not little in any way, shape or form. It is fantastic. But yeah. Mind you though, that P1 is about to have 2 bases. And Risk has not kept a single base. Shocker is not looking too healthy. He is steadily being taken out. Juicy murders him. And that's 2 guns gone. But HP wise, there's not even all that much between them. And again, I want to point out that P1 has 2 bases, where Risk has none. We have Apex and Pixels actually moving in. They're going to go after the poop bombs, I'm fairly sure. Apex getting shot at. and they shoot back. So now in this case, Apex is reloading his clip. They have a little while. Erling is not reloading his clip. Off. Big hits into Pixels there. He's not going to make it. He does get another shot in. But that's 4 guns gone for 2 guns on the other side. Frost going in, taking massive hits here. And now Styx is in trouble. Does get to survive another reload. No, he does not get to shoot that. But there's only 2 guns left from P1 now. And despite everything going quite differently in the beginning and them having 2 bases. Oh, that's a very important shot to not to pen. Base A and B are both being taken right now. And that's very important. Apex almost gone. Mandalorian's going to crash down on him. Does not even go down first, but shoots him. And now we have Matador alone with Silver taking him out. And those the 4K5, well, I can't say it necessarily worked. They did get clips in, but they had to hide for most of the match, and they were in very tricky positions that they couldn't really get out. So I wouldn't call this like a success. So 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the second game on Canal. Poop Barnes seem to be left behind, which I think is a good choice. I mean, again, I love the tank. They're great tanks. But still. 1 minute left. And we see that now P1 is ready with 5 Type 71s, a 268 and a 140 versus 3 Type 71s, a Yo, a Leo, an AMX 50B and a 60TP. 140 also a tank we haven't seen all that much. But it did almost basically like the Poop Bombs last game, they did do some damage, but you saw they're too large, and if they get spotted like that, you have to basically just hide, and you can't do what you intended them to do. Still though, they did manage to get some clips in there. And here we go with the countdown clock for the 4th match of this best of 7. Let's see. And here we go. Risk focusing on the base A and B side. Whereas P1 is going for... No, they're going around base C. Now going into it to cap it. With Risk only now starting to cap base B. The Yo there to decap base C. He's not fired a single shot yet though. He does get one in now and another one. Helix taking a bit of a nosebleed there. And Risk has the cap advantage. It's barely, like almost instant. So now we have the guys at B pulling back to hold that side. Like the points are going up pretty much exactly at the same time. That means that but they both have to do something at some point in order to secure a win. Even if it's just standing in the base for a little bit. So them actually abandoning base B is very, very tricky. Silver is playing spot in the on the ridge there, looking at base D. And now basically it's holding time. Risk is dug in, ready to protect base B. Frost wants to hold the base. He's going back towards base B, which I think is a good call. To avoid people driving into it and standing in it for a little bit. Cobra being careful here. I think there was a blind shot. Neither of them is spotted now. Frost is spotted, so they know that there's someone there at least. Cobra also having been spotted. Blind shots happening at the ridge there. And in the corner. But no one is there to get shot. Risk not in the most predictable places. And thus we have a stalemate game. Where both teams are trying to figure out where the other is. And how on earth they're going to get that point advantage squarely in their favor. Really no idea what's going to happen if you get a draw in the tournament. I mean, I can hope that that's not what's going to happen. You have to 50B. Careful at the back there. Mandalorian and Cobra are shooting at each other. And basically I'm just like flying around because I've got nothing to show you because nothing is happening. They're waiting each other out. Usually you see something happening around the 800 border. But I don't know what they're going to do. They're both content to just sit where they are, looks like. I am so curious how this is going to develop. Not gonna lie. Risk is not making... is not trying to go for base C. Base B is protected. No action there either. We're at 900 points. Guys, what's going on? Ooh. If it's HP related though, it's very, very close now. 957 points. And they're standing in the base. They have to survive that though. We're nearly there. 987. Styx is still alive, if barely. And there we go, P1. Literally 1 point between them. What on earth is this? What the fuck did we just see? And I mean, don't get me wrong. Kudos to P1 for managing that. But seriously? Oh dear lord. This is this has to be by far the funniest match I've seen this season. What on earth was that? I mean, they did it. They even lost Styx, but not before the sign went out, so it just went right. Literally 1 point. Okay then. So now it is 2-2. Anything can still happen. I mean, they could be scratching their heads like, what? Huh? I mean, I am. Oh my god. So, P1 now almost ready with, there we go, with 6 Type 71s and 1 LT. And on the other side we see 3 Type 71s, potentially 2 IS4s, a 60p and a Sheridan for Black Goldville. Oh, I can't wait to see your guys' reactions in the chat to what on earth happened there. There we go. 1 nice 4, 2 and 5B, 2 60DPs, 2 Type 71s, and 1 Sheridan full risk. Yeah, I can't get over that. Just for that match, I'm actually really glad I streamed this matchup. Oh, ridiculous. Let's see. Risk heading a bit towards every direction. Save base A. But even that will be protected. Base A not being kept. Matador in a very tricky position, losing a lot of HP there. Is going to get taken out in that position. He's not going to be able to survive that. That is not where you want to be. 60 TP arriving at the back, but he's not the one that takes him out. That is the end of Matador. And now we have Apex capping base A. There's no one there to contest that. Sheridan now arriving though. Cobra, next one in line to basically go too far and get really hurt for it. Apex manages to get out of there without getting shot, but barely. A being contested, Cobra almost being gone. Helix now in a very tricky position as well, considering where Risk is stacking its tanks. I'm not sure what happened here, but it's definitely not really as intended. Apex going back into the caves. Cobra still alive, if barely. And now we have Shocker getting shot. Cobra got taken out. Big hit into the Sheridan there. Mandalorian, oof, bounces on the Type 71. It's on the LT, oof. Not sure how you managed to do that. This is Ring Around the Roses and it's effective as well. They've taken out Silver. Shocker is not looking too healthy. I'm getting stuck against the rocks. There we go. Sorry, had to exit that. Erling. Not looking too healthy. Neither is Sixto. Apex now getting taken out. It is 3 versus 5. 4 versus 2. Lots of kills happening everywhere. But I'm fairly certain that this... If this shot pans, it does not. So there's still like a tiny chance that Helix... No, he's not going to be able to take out anyone. Not in time. God, these rocks are not working with me. Helix almost gone. And there he goes. And we go back to Juicy versus Pixels. Where Pixels is pouncing like a pro. I mean, he's got 4 guns to deal with. So it's not going to be enough. I mean, unless he gets like magical ammo racks and all. Which isn't likely to happen. There's a loud dog outside. You probably hear him. Pixels does get another shot in. But again, it's not going to be enough. And there we go. He gets taken out. This was... I'm not sure what happened there in the beginning. It's kind of like after the epic match that we just had, this is the P1 that does not do things like that. And thus, It is now 3-2, and Risk has a potential match point here. I like seeing the reactions to the game before that on Canal. Oh god, that game though. Oh, that was fantastic, not gonna lie. So now we're going to get ready for the second game on Black Goldville. With 40 seconds left to go, P1 is now ready with 1 LT, 5 Type 71s and an AMAX 50B. And on the other side we see 4 Type 71s, a 60TP and 2 TVPs. Oh god, that game on Canal. I want to save the replay and give that to Wargaming to be like, look at this, you wanted epic tournament moments? Here's one for you. Oh my god. Here we go. 6th game of this best of 7. Let's see if P1 can win this so that we can have a tiebreaker. Let's see. Up, up and away. Risk focusing on the base C side. All of them together. We have Apex going for a spotty spot if he spots those TVPs though. He spots most of the people, including Mandalorian. And they lose some HP crossing over. Most of P1 is there as well. Shots are being fired. This is going to be very tricky. Look at these guns here just stacked up. 4 versus 2. Cobra. Again being the preferred target. It's not his fault this time though. He went where it's logical to go, but he's not going to make it. They're literally bypassing Theron there. Theron now the next target in line. Big hit there into Helix. Helix actually the next target. No, they're also shooting 57 pixels. Next target could be anyone. Helix gets taken out. Theron is made to explode as well. Erling is now in a bit of trouble potentially. But there's already 3 guns gone from P1, so if they lose one, they can make it. And Erling still gets a big hit in there. Gets tracked. Sticks. There goes Erling, there goes Silver. But it is 5 versus 3 versus 2. One of them is very light and the other is in the middle of a whole bunch of tanks that have too much HP to be taken out. He does get another shot into Trapple there. And they're going to go after Apex rather than Sticks. They're leaving Sticks behind. Trapple gets him though. And Apex gets scored. And the game is for sure for Risk. Even if that shot did not pen. Kappas gets him in the end. Aw, Elfar. Aw. Still stream you any time, any day though. You guys are awesome. But yeah, that means that Risk has this matchup. What games these were. That Canal match is going to go down in history, honestly. Let's see, what matches are still happening? GV1. They were against Inkyo. GRS won, so I think that means that GRS is through regardless of what AR does. But again, not 100% sure. Would have to check the rules to see how that goes exactly. What is AR doing? They are still going, so I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna show you a replay if my folder opens, because that helps. Oh. Like I said, I need to save that replay from Canal. Let's see. I think, considering he's in the chat and doing a lovely job for me, we're going to have a look at Yoda's replay here in the 50 TP prototype. I still can't. Asia is something different, like honestly. It's kind of like hashtag only in Asia. Oh, I like this camo, it looks nice. Getting a bit stuck there. Let's see. Would honestly be nice if you could see the ping that someone plays with. Nice bit of assisted damage there. Loads and loads of assisted damage actually. That's lovely. Now he's lost his waffle though. To the other waffle on the other side. Oof. Waffle got spotted. We have the E75 going in. Again, more assisted damage for our guy. Yoda having a very good spotting game here. A little bit impatient there. Like, he's not doing the most damage himself, but he has been basically the cause for tons and tons of damage here. Five v 4. Nice little shot there. There we go, now we're steadily getting damage in the mouse. Basically literally pushing into people. Not the best thing. His teammates now needs help though. And if he keeps driving, he'll save him, there we go. But now it is 3v3. Jagdtiger not too healthy, and of course Premable in the face generally. And there we go. It's one gone. Waffle arriving. Not sure which way he's looking though. Oh, there's the waffle. Yoda getting that. Is he not looking in the right? Oh, that bounce! That bounce though, that's not fair. And there we go. Yoda finishes it off. 3.2k and about as much assisted damage there as well. Wow. Lovely little ace there. Game glitching a little bit there. Lovely little game. Well done. Okay, let's see. Is this still going? Hey, what are you doing? I think, like, with the rules and all, that GRS is through. Honestly, I'd have to check the rules, which is not something I'm good at, to be honest, mainly because stuff like this should be a given. It should be clear beforehand. Let's see, forum. New way to play regulations. I'm not sure if they call this final though. Let's have a look. No, this is considered like final-ish, just not the final stages. Let's see, does it say anything about ties and everything? Spawn point is determined randomly, blah blah blah. Rematching, rescheduling. It doesn't really state it. No, I can't find anything about tiebreakers here. Let's see. Just basically second stage everything. Then it's all like mind this, mind that. Either I've completely missed it, or it doesn't actually say how tiebreakers will be broken, basically. I don't know. Let's see, do we have a... I want to score. Oh, it's over. Come on, load for me. Last one down. Okay, so that is definitely certain. The top 4 for Asia is GV, Risk, P1 and GRS. So that's it for today. I should be back on Wednesday to stream the final stages for the Asia server. I will be back later tonight as well to stream the last round robins of the EU server. And basically that's it for now. Congratulations to the Asia top 4. Commiserations to the ones that did not make it. Massive kudos to P1 for that game on Canal. And yeah, I hope to see you guys later for EU. And otherwise, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.